Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Did Ripple really keep 1.3 billion XRP after escrow unlock? Well, guess what? It's sparking more speculation that the Ripple SEC case is going to settle soon. This one courtesy of Mac Attack XRP. So Whale Alert did notice a new development, guys, which occurred across multiple transactions within 2 hours yesterday. As you guys know, if you're watching this video on the day that I'm releasing it, yesterday was the first of the month escrow drop. The first batch involved 7 fund movements, with which Ripple transferred 1.1 billion XRP to 3 different wallets and locked up 800 million XRP in escrow. So 1.1 billion, that is an unusual number considering the escrow is supposed to be only 1 billion. Notably, in the first batch, Ripple moved 200 million and then 300 million. The firm sent 500 million. Essentially, these transactions moved 1 billion XRP to 3 Ripple wallets, occurring between these times yesterday. 3 minutes after the first batch of movements, Ripple proceeded to lock up some of the funds in escrow, and so 800 million XRP were locked back up. I don't know if those numbers even, I don't know what that means, and I don't think their math is correct either. If they released 500, 300, and 200, that equates to 1 billion. Where do we get the extra 0.1 billion or 100 million? Am I missing something here? Put it down in the comment section. I don't know. My head is not on the math right now. Interestingly, though, Ripple then sent an additional 100 million XRP to this particular address. This brought the wallet's balance to 300 million XRP. With this series of movements, Ripple has sent now 1.1 billion to spendable wallets, but locked up 800 million. That's where the math makes sense. So they locked back up 800 million and then had 1.1 billion total released. It's interesting because it's usually 1 billion. So the 100 million XRP, that would equate to roughly 100 million times about 48 cents, about $48 million. I know the SEC has been seeking $2 billion for damages. Ripple has rejected that sum. So I don't know, guys. What is with this unusual pattern? Is there another explanation for this? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. XRP Drops here also posting this with regards to the 6 Ripple employees that are going to be present, or rather that are present currently at the Swiss Point Zero Forum. So we've got Stuart Alderati there, Marcus Infanger, Cassie Craddock, Fiona Murray, and Lauren Believe. So this is another one of those cryptocurrency summits. You guys can see here, Ripple is a gold sponsor, so they should be there in full swing representing, along with Circle, iCapital, Amazon, and Paxos. So notice here 2 stablecoin companies are gold sponsors. Silver sponsors include Ant International, Cardano, Chainlink, Digital Asset, Fireblocks, and then the bronze sponsors include HSBC, Julius Baer, QCP, Swift, and Signum. Of course, Swift probably not too keen on being there, although they have to put up a good front, even though their lunch is being eaten slowly by the cryptocurrency industry. And I'm sure regulations are front and center at this type of conference. As we have seen, more digital advancements are occurring for the financial sector. Subjective views here also notice this. Ripple is spearheading the advancement of digital asset regulations, backed by a robust team of legal and policy experts who are driving significant process in the industry. It is interesting to see how different it is in other parts of the world. Lauren Believe, in this next clip that I'm about to show you guys, explains that it's very different for her to talk policy with companies and countries other than in the US. She has a lot of experience discussing crypto rules and regs with multinational corporations, and it's like night and day, as she explains here in this clip. Listen to this.
From the corporate perspective, all businesses, no matter if it's a crypto business or any other business, you need operational certainty, you need market certainty, you need to know not just what you're going to be doing this year, but how is it going to affect the bottom line for the next 2 years, 5 years. And as I mentioned in the beginning of this panel, there are other countries where there are clear regulatory or licensing regimes that these companies can come in and be able to operate. And I know, being the head of the US side, my meetings with regulators and policymakers are very different than my counterparts in different global jurisdictions, where we're still talking about some of the bigger political issues. And you go in and you have conversations, if it's in the UK or in Brazil or in Dubai, that are much more business functional and operational. And you are seeing, these are companies that are headquartered in the US. These are companies that have an eye toward compliance and user safety. And to note too, a lot of this, there is the company demand, but we also have to recognize that this is a consumer demand, and the US government should be attuned to what the citizens of this country want. There's 52 million Americans who are now crypto users. And so there's going to be a demand on their end to make sure that they're dealing with their financial health in a safe and transparent way. So for us, you're seeing these headquartered US companies, some of them are moving overseas. A lot of the development talent is moving overseas. Where you have that business certainty in different foreign jurisdictions, that's where people want to go because they need to know how to operate in 18 months to 5 years. And so that's something where you're going to start seeing a real dichotomy between the US and other countries that are able to say, come here and innovate, and we'll be able to see this kind of product grow for our users. And that's going to be really interesting.
So the conversations that Lauren Believe is having in the UK or Brazil or Dubai, as she gives as 3 examples there, are much more business functional and operational rather than the basic, okay, can we even do business here, right? Because we got to lay the groundwork first, lay the laws of the land, as Stuart Alderati mentioned and I talked about in this morning's video, which I will link up here if you guys didn't catch it. At least we are seeing Ripple spearheading these endeavors in other parts of the world. So that is positive news. Wanted to thank Subjective Views for posting that. XRP drops here, guys, bringing this to our attention. Ripple partner Thunes has highlighted the Interledger protocol, which aims to create a standardized protocol for connecting different types of networks. They just put out a paper recently, and I will link that here in the description for you guys if you're interested. XRP drops here, though notice something very interesting. Blockchain networks can be designed to be interoperable with each other. Now, we already know Thunes is a Ripple partner, and we know Ripple's connection with the Interledger protocol. They continue by saying projects like the ILP or the Interledger protocol aims to create a standardized protocol for connecting various payment networks, both blockchain-based and traditional. So these guys realize too that the old system has to integrate with the new system. This interoperability enables seamless value transfer between different networks and ecosystems. So the building blocks, essentially creating a new financial framework for the new players to come in while the old players adopt to the new technology. So wanted to thank XRP drops there for posting that. Also happen to see this, guys, from Ripple partner Airwallex. Apparently their revenues have gone up 93%. They are seeing a 93% increase in revenue last year across their Australian and New Zealand markets. The Tencent-backed fintech, now based in Singapore, said its global revenue rose by 84% with a 68% growth in transaction volume. So Ripple partner Airwallex, guys, really knocking it out of the park in these particular markets, again, where cryptocurrency regulations are already clear. Airwallex said its growth in Australia and New Zealand was aided by demand for its strong product offerings, having experienced significant momentum in the past financial year with the launch of high-interest return accounts, Airwallex Yield. The product, developed in partnership with JP Morgan, offers an Australian first return of 3.39% on Australian dollar balances and a 4.07% return on US dollar balances, exceeding rates offered by major banks. So that is going to be a big enticer too for their clients. You know, if you're getting a better rate than you generally would at your typical bank, why not try this new type of product? And I have a feeling this is how companies like Airwallex are gaining more market share. Here is a quote, guys. Australia will always be an important market for us. This is coming from Kai Wu, Chief Revenue Officer. Not just because it's where we started, but because its history as a payment innovation incubator makes it fertile ground for Airwallex to introduce revolutionary solutions like Yield and Airwallex for startups. Airwallex became cash positive in 2023 and has since continued to scale its global operations and presence, now processing more than $90 billion, and that's US dollars in transactions annually. So big news here, guys, for Ripple partner Airwallex. They have been extremely successful in Australia and New Zealand. They are branching out. They are now located in Singapore, so perhaps likely going to be tapping more regions moving forward. These Ripple partners, once they taste a little bit of success, they just keep the ball rolling and they keep moving to take more of that cross-border payment pie. So that's great news too. Wanted to also mention this, guys, from Anders. USDC is now MiCA compliant. So this was just announced yesterday. USDC is now the first major regulated stablecoin in the EEA, which is the European Economic Area. And this was the press release from yesterday, guys. Circle, a global financial technology firm and the issuer of the USDC and the EuroC, the EURC, has today announced that it has become the first global stablecoin issuer to achieve compliance within the European Union's landmark markets in crypto assets, or rather the MiCA regulation. This achievement was enabled by the company's attainment of an electronic money institution, or an EMI license, from the Autorité de Contrôle Prudentiel et de Résolution, the French Banking Regulatory Authority. With its license, both USDC and EURC are now being issued in the EU, in compliance with MiCA's regulation obligations for stablecoins or e-money tokens. So, guys, that's great news. We knew that the MiCA regulations were put in place, and I had an inclination that Circle would be one of those regulatory compliant coins, considering everybody was delisting Tether. Well, what's the next most popular stablecoin in the market? It is USDC. So we might actually see USDC gain more prominence, although Tether is still going to be a heavy competitor because I do believe some of the BRICS nations are still using Tether in certain circumstances. So it's going to be an interesting ride moving forward. Of course, then we have the Ripple stablecoin, which will be released later this year. So that's going to be added to the mix. I guess we'll see how that all plays out. Marty Party here, guys, also bringing this to our attention. Now, this is very, very weird, okay? He says it's weird. An XRP whale has just released, or rather has moved 400 million XRP tokens and leaves a cryptic message, and you guys can find it all there on BitHomp on the Explorer. He has left a link there, so I will link this tweet in the description of the video for you guys. Look at what the memo says, okay? First of all, this is not fake, okay? This is 400 million XRP. Let's just calculate that for a second. 400 million XRP times, it's about 48 cents today. That is $192 million. So this is not chump change, guys, by any means. And here's what he said. Off escrower of DAI was the user here. That was who it was initiated by. The fee 0.0589 XRP. That's just hilarious. And the memo says, adjusting volume for Mr. B. Is this one of the famous Bradisms? Laugh now, but one day XRP will power the world. Now, guys, this is somebody who holds 400 million XRP is stating this. Sorry, Brad, I couldn't help it. Moon Lambo, let me know if you got your cheese basket, including some cheese wedges from the broader crypto community. And no, this was not written by Ripple. Do your research. A very, very interesting and very cryptic message here coming at the start of the month yesterday from off escrower of DAI. Who the heck is this, guys? Is this another riddle? Is this somebody in the know? Well, the XRP community is certainly rumbling. Hilarious. So he's dumping it and he thinks it's great. Aren't Cardano holders all going to do the same thing? A little bit of speculation there. 589 LMAO says Burt Logic, master of inflation management. Matt Hamilton giving us some statistics here. It is not on staking. It is an escrow finish. The XRPL is not proof of stake. It doesn't have staking. Anyone can execute an escrow finish transaction. As stated, do some research. So responding to some of these people speculating here, guys, somebody would have had to have released this 400 million XRP. He's even stating here that he is not Ripple, or it is not, this message was not written by Ripple. So who the heck was it? XRP liquidity, though, here doing some more research. Laugh now, but one day XRP will power the world. This person obviously does have, a good sense of what is going to happen in the coming years. Now, it was activated on the BITRUE exchange, which is a Ripple ODL provider or a Ripple payments providing exchange. Over here, he's noticed something else, guys. These are all transactions by somebody named ABRKN Dev. I would assume that Dev would be the fact that he's a developer. ABRKN is what is linked to this account. You guys can see it here multiple times. So, when I look into this further and I just do a quick Google search, this is who I found, guys, on Twitter. Andreas at ABRKN, the founder of SideShift. Now, if you guys don't know, SideShift is a company here where you can actually exchange wallet to wallet, crypto to crypto, and they're going to charge you a fee, obviously. But if you have Solana and you just want to send it to an Ethereum address, you put your Solana in here, it sends to your Ethereum address, it shifts the cryptocurrency without having to go through a middleman. So very interesting technology here. Obviously, this guy has been developing in the crypto space for quite a while. He's been here for a very long time, and he clearly has at least 400 million XRP that he has just moved out of the BITRUE exchange. I don't know, is he trolling the XRP community? Or does he really think XRP is going to power the world? XRP liquidity also brings up some more information. Andreas Brecken, founder of SideShift. So we've got his last name. And here he is, just a photo of him as well. ABRKN, XRP_liquidity at XRP wallets. So, there is something to be said about this, I think. No, it is not the digital asset investor, although it did say something about user DAI right at the top. Off escrow of DAI. So that was who it was initiated by. All things that make you go, why is he doing this, guys? It's beyond me, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.